An investigation into bullying allegations made against the Duchess of Sussex has led to improved policies for palace staff. But Buckingham Palace has refused to say what they are and why the outcome of the independent investigation, paid for privately by the Queen, has been covered up. It is not clear if even those who accused Meghan of bullying are entirely clear how the changes in HR policies relate to their complaints. Despite initial predictions from royal insiders that dozens of staff would come forward to give evidence against Meghan, who denied the claims, in the end only a handful of aides did. Some who described themselves as damaged by the experience of working for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex decided it was too painful and wanted to try to move on. Others who still work for the palace feared it would be damaging to their careers to give evidence. When the bullying investigation was launched in March 2021, the palace said any changes in policies or procedures recommended following the review would be shared in the Sovereign Grant Report, which is published annually and documents royal accounts for the year. But at a briefing on the annual report yesterday, a senior palace source, citing the confidentiality of those who took part in the independent investigation by a law firm, said there would be no public discussion of the lessons learned. "I'm not going to comment on the changes that have been made to the policies and procedures, I'll just say that the policies and procedures have been updated," he said. "Because of the confidentiality of the discussions, we have not communicated the detailed recommendations. The recommendations have been incorporated within policies and procedures wherever appropriate, and policies and procedures have changed. So all members of staff, all members of the royal family will be aware of what the policies and procedures are, the revised policies and procedures." The annual report did contain a section, entitled Staff Report, on HR policies and procedures. It also outlined the royal household's concern at work policy, which encourages individuals to raise any concerns they may have about the conduct of others. The policy sets out how issues can be aired, with the policy accessible to staff on the intranet site, known as the Coronet. Amid claims that Meghan had insisted HR policies did not apply to senior members of the royal family like her, the senior source said concern at work was included in a document called Guidance for Private Secretaries, which incorporated all policies. So there can be no misunderstanding that the concern at work policy applies to everyone in the royal household. Meghan, 40, had claimed that the allegations were a calculated smear, and in an interview with Oprah Winfrey, she and Harry accused the institution of monarchy of racism. Stung by the accusation, the Queen, Prince Charles and the rest of the family have stressed the work they have done over the years to support ethnic minority groups in Britain and nations across the Commonwealth. Last year William insisted, "We are very much not a racist family." However, the royal household did accept it needed to recruit more staff from ethnic minorities and set a target of 10% by the end of 2022. By March this year the figure at Buckingham Palace had risen to 9.6% from 8.5% last year. At Clarence House the figure is 10.6%, and at Kensington Palace, 13.6% of William and Kate's staff are from an ethnic minority background. London, June 30. Reuters, Buckingham Palace says lessons have been learned following a review into bullying allegations made by royal staff against Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, although it declined to give any details about the report's conclusions. The HR review was announced by the palace last March after the Times newspaper reported allegations had been made against Meghan, the American wife of Queen Elizabeth's grandson Prince Harry, including that she had reduced some of her assistants to tears and treated others so badly that they had quit. The couple issued a statement in response denying she had bullied anyone, and in an interview with Oprah Winfrey shortly afterwards, she accused the palace of perpetuating falsehoods. Michael Stevens, the Queen's treasurer who is known as Keeper of the Privy Purse, said the privately funded review, which was carried out by an independent law firm, had been set up to examine the handling of the allegations and to improve practices across all the royal households.